Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22. Which is really irritating to me, but we might be able to still do something about it. So now we're going to go with the soften and softly approach. Right here, we will soften this back down again. I know I'm spending even more money doing this, but I still think it's worth it. So now we can just blend in the edges. I can't blend it all that well, but it will a bit. We knew that this was going to be an expensive proposition doing this. Being able to put a pen here in the first place, this was going to be an expensive thing to do. But we are at least there. I can bring that up a little bit. And having a second pen right in front of it, I don't think that's going to work either. The only other thing I could have done was maybe leveled the area a little bit before we placed the pen down. That would have been the other option. So we can smooth that off there like that. And then I'm going to just make that a little bit bigger. Just try and smooth there. Right. I haven't spent vast amounts of money on this, which is good. Right, let's try that a minute. There. I'm looking at that. There's a little bit of a lip there, but there's not a lot that I can do about that. The rest of it, I think, is looking pretty good. So we'll go up a bit closer and we'll have a look here. So we have got a ramp that we can get up to on this side, and then there is a bit of a ramp coming down here. Can't really do very much about that. This area here is where the pallets will turn up for the wool. And I do just want to level that bit off there on that corner. Landscaping. Soften. Just a bit here on this corner, but it's not going to let me do that. Doesn't like that idea. Right, the only other thing that we could potentially do is put down some plants, but these are expensive. Right, if I was to go and put grass down on here, it gets very expensive doing that. You have to plant the grass now, and it is fully grown. I'll just show you just down there. See, it comes up like that. But it is quite expensive to do that, so I'm not going to plant all of that bank just at the moment with grass. A little bit down there. Other than that, we're just going to leave it, and we'll do something more with it later. So I'm really hoping that we do get an extended one that allows us to modify the terrain a little bit closer to these pens and things like that. That is going to make a big difference. Now, right in here, we can go straight away, and we can buy some sheep if we want to. We can buy adults to 8 months. And we can buy young lamb at... well, just, brand new lambs, 0 months. And they are just under half the price. So, she provides you with wool. Just wondering if any of these in particular are better for wool production or meat production. It doesn't specifically state. I'm going to go with the Black Welsh Mountain sheep. I mean, the Steinschaft ones here, they do look similar to the Beulah sheep, which is another Welsh mountain sheep, which I have seen. Oh, Swiss Black Brown Mountain. Probably these are the best ones to go for here, considering we're in Switzerland. So we will go with those. Beulah's are the ones that I've had previously. 30 months. 8 months. These are all 8 months. That one there is 30 months. Why is that one so much more expensive? Huh. I don't know why the Black Welsh Mountain is so much more expensive than the others. The Swiss Black Brown Mountain. Right. The fee for transporting this is 50 euros. Now, either we need to have the fee for transporting, and we can only get 15 sheep in this pen, can't we? So we're going to have to get them from here. We haven't really got any choice. And I'd say what we want to do is we want to get 10 sheep. So we'll go with these, and we'll go with 10 of them. There, like that. You can buy them in blocks of 10 if you want to. If I go with 10 of those, and then I go with 5 lambs, then thus the pen is full. So maybe I should go with 12, and that will allow us a bit of room for sheep for reproduction. Let's go with that for a minute. 6,466. Okay. Rather than going to the animal dealership, because otherwise we'd have to buy an animal trailer, and that's a rather expensive proposition. So we're going to need to get a water tank, and we're going to need to do something with that. So we've got the Swiss mountain ones. The Beulah sheep I was talking about, they're ones that I used to farm, and they are a small Welsh mountain sheep as well, a little more than woolly rabbits. But they're really, really hardy, and so we used to use them on the moors near where I lived, and they would survive just about anything. And other sheep would struggle in the conditions that the Beulahs would go to. And my guess is that these sheep are fairly similar. These will also be a fairly robust animal that is able to withstand quite a cold winter and would do well on it as well. That's the important thing. Is that not only can they survive the cold winter, but they'll do well on it, as you know, alongside it. Right. Okay, a little bit difficult to get out of the tractor on that hill. Yeah, I really want to be able to adjust the levels here a bit more. We need some more work. We need to be able to do a bit more work on this. I mean, I think really what we want is to be able to extend that slope out and then move it down, but that's going to cost us quite a bit of money, so we won't do that at the moment. So what I will do, though, is if I take that off, that one, and not that one, that one there, we will start putting some hay in for the sheep. So if you look right there, you don't actually put the food in. I put the food in, he came running over to the food. That is amazing. That is absolutely fantastic. The cows, I've noticed, they do tend to clip a lot through the pen and that at the moment with the pathing, but it is nice to see them moving around. That was really fantastic, the way that I put the food in and he just came bounding over to it. But yeah, you put the food in for the pen rather than for the animals that are in the pen. So it doesn't matter how many animals you got in there, you still fill the pen up the same. And that bit doesn't change. And I actually quite like that. That is a nice aspect of it. Right, let's have a look down here. So that one... That bale of hay right there has got 129 litres left on it. That one's still full. So we'll put this bale back up on here. Now, in real life, what you would do is... We just put the straps back on there. You would have cut the bale open, and you would have bits of the bale there. Now, I know that you can cut the bales open. It is actually possible to do that. Although now, apparently, it's not... I've seen that you can cut bales open. That one there is 129 litres left. So the sheep have got some hay, and we'll leave that little bit there for them. We just need to get water. We've got 3,000 litres of food in. We need to get them some water. So we're going to have a water tank. I think... Well, at least I think we do. Can we go and get water? There's the river here. Can we go and get water from the river over there? I mean, that's a long way to go to get our water. We've got to drive all the way down out of the mountains. Let me take... Actually, let's go for a drive, shall we? Let's go for a little drive. And we'll see if we can find somewhere that we can quickly and easily get water out of the river for free. I don't know what rules and regulations would be here in Switzerland about driving a water tanker to the river and just taking it for the animals. My guess is that you wouldn't be able to do that anyway. And I'm thinking, I'm sort of trying to remember the layout of the map, and I'm thinking that we don't have such an option. You know, it would really help if I drove a little bit more sensibly. I'm thinking that we don't have those kinds of options on this map. Like, I can't remember anywhere offhand that I would have been able to easily access the river anyway. You see the steep bank on it there? I've never looked at the river on this, with this in mind before. Come all the way along here. I don't think this is going to be an option. I think we are going to have a water tank down, and I think we're going to have to be buying the water that we get from it, which would make sense. You got to pay for the water, you got to pay for it to be piped up to our point on the mountain. So yeah, paying for water does actually make sense. We could, in theory, drive over there and reverse a tank down into the river. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say that's not really an option. So let me get back. I wonder if I can tow a water tanker with this thing. We can always have a look. We got to buy a water tanker. That's our next thing. And we've also got to be able to buy a water tank, and we've got to place it, which means that we need somewhere fairly level to be able to put the thing down, which is potentially going to be more of a problem than anything else that we've got to deal with, because we've got to make more level space, and that's expensive. Let's get over this way. Possibly, though, we could put the level ground in first and then put the tank down afterwards. Let me go to construction. You can't press shift or control to go faster now with the movement, and I don't really like that if you happen to start doing your landscaping in the wrong place on the map. Yeah, see that there? I kind of need a bit of a bigger area around there, don't I? In order to be able to get past that better. I can't just go and plant grass along here. That would be really expensive. I mean, I could plow that bit up and put grass back, but we'll kind of leave it like that. Unless painting. What options have we got for painting in here? I've got forest ground, grass, and then mostly dirt and stone. Animal mud, forest ground. Yeah. I want more grass options. I want kind of the mixture grass option. But we don't have that one. Alright, well, never mind. We haven't got it. We haven't got it. Buildings and container there, right there. The water station can supply water tanks with fresh water. So we've got that one. Now that overlaps up there. I could put it quite close by, or we could put it further down over here. Now I actually think this would be a better location to put this one, down here, but I do want to level the ground out a little bit in order to get it installed. So we're first of all going to go to the landscaping, and we're going to go here. Now, I did have people asking me not to do too much landscaping on this, especially to start with, and I do agree with that sentiment, that I shouldn't be doing too much landscaping. However, if we're going to be installing something like a water tank, we would need to level the ground out. And so I feel that what I'm doing here by leveling out this ground a bit, in preparation for it, is actually quite realistic. So there, I've leveled a little bit right there, and we can sort of zoom around it a bit. I don't want to spend too much money on this. And then I want to just use the smooth function here, and I want to smooth that down a little bit around the edges of what I've just gone and built up. Like that. We'll do a slightly bigger one in a minute. Then we can go to our buildings and container water tank right there. So that one goes right in the middle, 3003. That's about as cheap as we're going to get it. And I'll have the fill point out on that side. Maybe we bring it round that way a little bit more. Like that. 3003 there. So that's about as level as we can make that. Then I can go back to the landscaping and to the sculpting, and we'll go to this bit. And I can just smooth around the edges a little bit more. That's what I want to do. I just want to smooth it out a little bit more so that we've got access to the front with our machinery. That's kind of what I'm aiming for here. I don't want to spend too much, but I still want to be able to get into there with our machine. So then we will go with just the packed dirt texture. I'm going to put that to a circle. N and M for making it bigger and smaller. By the way, if you have the F1 help... Oh, you can actually add the help up. So there you got N and M for changing the brush size, and changing cursor shape is V. So the controls are right next to each other, and if you have it on that one, you can line up the straight edges. It takes a little bit more to do that than in the last one, because you don't have it kind of the snap fit option that we used to have. So you've got to be a little bit more careful if you're going to do it like that. But, I mean, I prefer doing it like this anyway. Yeah, so we're just going to... This is going to be a dirt texture here. Coming out. I'm going to do lots of dirt texture because I don't want to get rid of all of the grass. But just a little bit out. So we've got a little bit of packed dirt here, which is basically it's the beginning of our yard. I'm not going to do loads of it. Not yet. We've got... gravel right there. That one, I want to make that a little bit smaller in there, and I'm going to put gravel around this because you would have gravel around this. A bit of drainage if things are not going very well, and also, you know, you're filling up a tank, you're constantly using water around a tank, so you want something that is going to drain. You don't just want the dirt in front of that tank. It's going to end up making a mess. So if we do that there, we got a little bit of drainage all the way around it, and that means we can come through and we can fill up a water tank without too much trouble. Go back into sculpting yet again, and I think that's about it. There's nothing much more to soften here with it. It's sort of softened up to that point. That's about right. Okay, so we got a water tank. That's now ready. And then if we go into here, we want to go animals in there. There's our water tanker. We've got the Joskin Aquatrans, which is the one that we've had many, many times before. 7,300 litres. There's that one there, which is 8,000 litres, but it's well over double the price. We don't really want that. Other containers... That is fuel only, although it's also 30 grand, so it's not really an option. I'm just looking to see if there's any other options in here. Maybe we can use, like, whether it's just hidden under slurry tanks or something like that. Doesn't seem to be anything, really, at the moment. Some pricey options going up through here. The CLAAS Xerion saddle track. You got that one all the way up over there, but again, it's not really the right options. So right now, for carting water around, there aren't very many choices. It's very limited on the Bowser options for moving water, which is a little bit disappointing. We are stuck to the old familiar. This one right here is the standard. The wheels, we can have wide tires. I would actually prefer the wide tires on this option. We can have BKT, Vredestein, and Trailborg. We'll go with the Trailborg ones right there. Actually, Vredestein. Oh, you have to have wide tires on that one. Let's go with those. We'll go with the Trailborg ones. 10,000. Buy that one. Yeah, okay. I very much doubt that this Mahindra is going to be able to drag that tank up the hill. It looks like it's got the wrong sort of hitch on it. So we're going to have to bring our tractor down here and haul this thing back up into the mountain. Oh! I'm genuinely surprised, but I can go with this. Yes, I know that this thing is definitely overladen. We should not be trying to haul this. I don't think we're going to get up the hill with this thing, to be honest. I really don't. Something else I wanted to look at was we want to consider making some more money. I'm not going to do a baling contract at the moment. And I don't want to do fertilizing either, because we don't have a fertilizer spreader, and I don't want to buy fertilizer to do them. Harvesting contracts, they have issues at the moment. At least they do the ones that have straw, so wheat, oat, wheat, canola. Possibly we would actually be able to do the canola one and make some money out of it. But the other three will not be able to complete the mission anyway. Now, field 13 ploughing over there. There's a load of spraying jobs as well. So we have field 13 ploughing. Now, that is a possibility. Where is 13 again? That's that one all the way up over there. We've done this many times. We've done this kind of thing before. If I was to do it, I would do it with hired help. And this is, like, I wouldn't want to do it myself. Hired help these days does cost quite a bit more money. So we lose 770 for leasing their machinery, which puts us down to 2,500. Can we do this without paying more than 2,500 in hired help costs? And this is something that I'm not sure about. So I'm going to borrow items right there. And I'm going to do that. We can actually do 3 contracts at once. So I'm just going to shut him off a minute. And we go here. So we're using the New Holland T7. Nice little beastie. And we'll get ourselves over to field 13. And we will start doing this contract. I'm going to sort of just do around the edges like I normally do. And then we will let the hired help carry on and do the rest of this job. So we will fold that plough up. It goes over like that. And this one doesn't have the wheel running along the ground when he's travelling, which seems a little bit odd, I will be honest. I thought that it would have had the stuff on, like the wheel on the ground. Sorry, mate. I need to cut you off there. Traffic goes a lot faster now. A lot faster. I actually like that. I like the fact that traffic goes faster. You've got to be more aware of it, though. You definitely have to be more aware of the traffic, because you're more likely, you are quite likely to have an accident. Right? If you're not careful, if you're not watching what that traffic is doing, you are going to end up having an accident. And that's not great. You don't really want that. So you do have to be a little bit careful. Now, we can... It looks very similar. Here, the land, the layout, the fields, it's very similar. I mean, obviously, it's going to be very similar. In fact, I mean, there are some changes. I'm pretty sure they have gone over the map and done some things to it, but I don't really know how much they've done to it. Like, how many things have actually been altered between the FS19 version and this version. Like, there will be some extra layers of different things, and the textures have changed, obviously. Like, I really do like this texture of the corn. I really like this texture that we've got now. I think this does look actually really good. Let's see that corn in there. I think that looks absolutely amazing. So I think that one is ready, that layer of corn there. I think that's ready for foraging, so we could do that at some point. Quite sure when we would do that, but it is a possibility. So let's unfold our plough here on field 13. So we have got an old crop of canola that wasn't able to be harvested, and so it is now our solemn duty to turn this old crop of canola into a brand new field. Now, I'm just going to have a look in here. I want to see if there was any options for like making the plough a little bit wider. There isn't. Can't change anything there. So I'm just going to pop that one down. I'm going to start running up across the field here. I really like the texture. That's going to bug me leaving that on the edge. So we need to make sure that we have the wheel partway out for this first pass. Like that. That's better. I like the plough texture. Also, it's pulling up stones. If you plough subsoil, use a spader, that's deep cultivating, that will pull up big stones. If you do light cultivating or direct drilling, something like that, that will pull up... well, actually, I don't know if direct drill even pulls stones up at all. I don't think it does. Some types of cultivating will pull up light stones. Some deep cultivating, like I said, the plough, the spade, or the subsoiler, they'll pull up big stones. And then some types of cultivating and direct planting won't pull up stones at all. I think if we take a look in here, because you've got different ones. You've got cultivator, plough, power harrow, subsoiler, spader, disc harrows. So cultivators in here, I believe a cultivator will pull up small stones. A plough will pull up big stones. Power harrow is small stones. Subsoilers and spaders are both big stones because these can be used instead of a plough. So can the subsoilers. And disc harrows, shallow cultivation. It's very important to note the different types now. So power harrow here, a cultivator prepares the fields for the next sowing. So that's a power harrow, as well as the cultivator. So those two will pull up small stones. Subsoilers in here, subsoiler prepares, can be used instead of a plough. And that one there is ideal for going in between the grapevines as well. The plough right there, that can be used as a plough. This one can be used instead of a plough. Should be noted that even though it says instead of a plough, you still have to use the actual plough to create the new fields. And then the disc harrow, shallow cultivation. And it's very important, shallow cultivation means that it won't pull up stones. So it's only the disc harrows and the direct drills that won't pull up stones on your field. The other tasks will pull up stones. So if you don't want stones, if you don't want to deal with them, then you use a disc harrow or you use a direct drill. One or the other. If you need to plough, if you've got periodic ploughing turned on, then you can use your subsoiler, you can use your spader, you can use a regular plough, and then you can do the stone picking after that. And just sort of incorporate that into your plan for maintaining your land. I really, really like it. I really like the system. I like the way that it's sort of all worked out. I think it is... I genuinely think it's really awesome the way they've got that. So you've got the stones in there if you want to. You don't have to have stones coming up every time. You've got to plan your cultivation. You've got to plan what you're doing, the same as you would in real life. There's plenty of farms that I've worked on that have got really stony ground, and they will direct drill. And I've heard people saying, well, it's not realistic because if you plough and you get rid of all the stones one year, then you're not going to have a load of stones there next year. It doesn't work that way. I've worked on farms that got really stony ground, and we've pulled trailer loads and trailer loads and trailer loads of stones out of those fields. And you go back next year, and they're all there again, right? They just keep coming. They just kind of like come up out of the ground. They grow or whatever it is. But just because you've cleared the stones one year doesn't mean they're not going to come back, right? The stones do. The soil moves. The soil sort of rotates, and more stones work their way up. It does happen. It is completely realistic. Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.